yimbri no back in kan edmo say yimbri no nsia kasia na nsam no amanyo sam wo madwade nsam wo saa so na enigedie ensam wo ma fe so agokensie mu ensam ena yimbri ya ja to ye ho so ayede babe asomo na nsam no de bedi mu akotin ebi eni Food and Drugs Board authorities for the Kadan Supreme Court says celebrities or more mine musabia alcohol and as and say no more mine do rubano or montri or mu enfimu. Sa as a sura in some food from no paying for more Food and Drugs authority Jumo Kono ano Eddie abetu just a san some Mudika done Supreme Court no and yes say or more G or musica if your musama say or more ma or more no jani album na mum no. Ade kurupati ama mo yeye nkwala omwo man mu ehun yakọ insanfufuro mu a Food and Drugs Board authority adwumakuo na na yeso yedaso agina mu omo de abetu adwase impepi yare a ekoso ewo man mu no agina eye ndwane bone a amanfo edi ehun ensam afufuro bi ka we hu ena yimbiri ma agepeni a mede asomo say yimbiri no nsia kase Ewo Property TV so mi amidi kase enwu chiame edi amejeso eye efia insura aseda enkoma logic phones omo ena danu dey na hwebo machidom ema mitumi edi kase yi edi baba so mo wa wutifie no so wunya bi hwe na wosan enya bi etie na ansana medi kase ni chiremu edi babo no mesrewa memtwa me hosema emra So we fidie no eguso eda Property TV afe eni die mu a jebre na mfa kase ni chiremu emfa ensomo mesha ensam na sa Food and Drugs Authority adwumakuo no ensam a modeka dan Supreme Court efa celebrities omo man mu sania omusi ebo nsagene ho dawro ewo Abefonten tan so eni TV so modeka dan omo sasabia sankrofo no ombe ye omo ntwi omo emfi ho no Supreme Court and they or the atemwano ediaba the okanese omuntwe omumfi sansan prepi no enkwala no etna TV no ho omo ena omo hwe senia omo yi movies anasa omo bo ndwuma enkwala no enije omo sa so ena nsa no so omo bo hu dawura enkwala no ebesua enu nti no obesra se omo betwi omo ho edi efi ho
a better interpretation of what we can do and what we cannot do. And in this case, we still don't know what we cannot do or what we can do. So we'll definitely still go to FD and talk it out and see if we can have a better structure of what should be done or what can be done, what cannot be done. I mean, personally, if there was a commercial advertising or advocating for kids to drink, that would not be good, or seeing it in a certain way. But if we can have any other means where we can safely work with the brands without really getting to the kids, that's also fine. So we can definitely sit down with the FDA and see how that can be done.
We'll very soon have a bit of clarity on that, because some DSU, they claim that it is not coming from Ghana. But we know when we watch the World Cup, they never advertise.
To what limit?
So that is what will happen in Ghana as well. No matter where you are operating from, once you are airing within the space of Ghana, you cannot advertise alcohol using a celebrity or a well-known personality. So
metwaso ewo insanfufuro mu a ewo sansem yamu na Food and Drugs Authority mpanyimfo no omo abambonten na omo de abetu dwasasa bia nsam a omo de kadan Supreme Court and dey mpanyimfo so e de atemmo no abambonten no momo ye omo adwense omo gi omo anu aduane efi omo nsa anaso se omo si omo kwan ewo nyama bi na momo no omo hu ne se nkwala omo wo man mu omo de achi enu nti e na omo de sa aginaye e de aba
say na tie se wo ye celebrity a nkrofo ti mi hwew na omo juudi a yempese wo ba begina nsa ho ka asɛm papa bi kyerɛ yɛn pɛ so bɛgyina kɔ ma ɔmo nka sɛ yɛgye yɛmfa sɛ yɛyi ɔmo ano aduane afiri hɔ daabi korakora rather ebuo ne yɛbu ɔmo ɛne anim sɛ asɛm a ɔmo bɛka no ɛwɔ effect ɛne yɛwɔ research ɛwɔ hɔ a research kyerɛ sɛ nkurɔfoɔ saa bɛgyina hɔ ka nkurɔfoɔ nkwalaa no etie a ɛkyerɛ mu ne bɛdi ɔmo dam eti yɛmpene saa deɛ no sɛdeɛ mmara no teɛ no eti mmara ɛne yɛdi so sɛdeɛ mmara so ka sɛ ɔmo a ɔmo yɛ infant formula no ɔmo yɛ nkwalaa aduane no ɔmo so yɛmpene ɔmo ma ɔmo nyɛ advert ɛwɔ nkwalaa no ho aduane so ɔmo hia nkwalaa aduane ɛyɛ doctor ɛna ɔbɛka sɛ ebi ɔmo hia eti yɛnhwɛ ho sɛ mmara no ɛwɔ hɔ ɛnyɛ celebrities no ɔmo ndwen sɛ ɔmo pɛ na yɛ affect ɔmo yɛsi companies ne kura mpo a ɔmo yɛ advert no yɛmpene sɛ ɔmo de advert no billboard ɔmo bɛkɔ si school ho baabi school bi wɔ it should be away more than 200 meters away from the school. It is not allowed. We won't say alcohol and they say say advert no you better before 8. It should be after 8.
Our Food and Drugs Board Authority Jumoko no muano and day a year World Food Safety Day no and then paying for it to just say what about a baby may moi. Sabi Indiana Bona Manfo Edi and Momo Yareno or Mudro Inaya Eduokono Bako Metre 91 million. And a dana dina kwafo a yari a fee a year in Jana Bonia or Mu Edian and internal and Mera also say a man paying an Adanqua Kufuado and here be mine in paying for near mobile count Montuma a Diabo a World Health Organization for Tumano no more to me a sister and your mania and no quay.
It's 600 million suffer from foodborne illnesses annually, with the highest foodborne disease burden in Africa and Southeast Asia. In the African region alone, 91 million people suffer from foodborne diseases annually, resulting in 137,000 mortalities, which accounts for a third of the global death toll. The most affected are vulnerable populations, such as young children. Foodborne illnesses are usually infectious or toxic in nature and caused by bacteria, viruses, parasites, or chemical substances.
The Kasi Abetna, Senia, Besha, Oma, Omode Sebe, the friend heavy metals, Egu in Suni, Bekasi, a bit blame your ma. Yasi Yanaya Bekabum, Yania Hinfo, Yane, friends, Obia friends, opinion leaders, Yani police, Yani army, Yani Food and Drugs Authority, Yani Environmental Protection Agency, and Ya Emra, Yababet, Tania blame Obi. He says, I see a Tina, Senia, James, the Yano, a peboya na.
Ewa fim pinoni edono and naya yesi mui a how back one ebedo my Ghana so dum so ebe so na so NPP amenyoko anasa abanya omo so esi debi enye dum so no mum no dum na sesi openyin na order inam kanea no mekire energy minister yewura might opoku prempende ewa mbrahye bedwefio de akoto dwase insesi a eba kanea ho ewo man mu ema no dum so ewo man mu nde no omo ahwe si bibia no kwan enu ti dum so anasa dum na sesie no ebi eni ho bi mu.
Consumers were experiencing outages due to a number of factors. That included localized outages due to overload on lines and transformers. Mr. Speaker, there are certain areas in this country that all of a sudden the number of people resident or the businesses that have accumulated, especially I can give an example of parts of East Legon, which was a purely residential area, now has become one of the major business districts, increasing power consumption, thereby hampering the existing lines there. So the transformers and the lines have to be updated. Mr. Speaker, at the time the questioner put the question, SEMPA had an emergency valve leak, which meant a complete shutdown, losing immediately 340 megawatts. That also contributed. And then, last but not the least, planned maintenance on Amandi power plant was also ongoing at the same time. The emergency outages, sometimes also requested by a grid company, had contributed. So there was a myriad of factors that unfortunately had happened that were causing power outages in different parts at different times. Mr. Speaker, the reason why ECG went further to say that they were not load shedding, because most of those incidences were not planned, and so they couldn't have come up or come out with a
Bruno Siakasia our property TV so and when you go so I wash and I make I say logic phones for Darman or Bumechidom Emma Mitumi Edika say Edaba so open phone papa it was on the American for logic phones at more down suman Mateo Pharmacy RKM Properties building mo and a logic phones in paying for a woba one ma omono betina se na nkrata asem bia no mahwe na wo so atumi atubi no wakwa akoto eboa no so edefomu ankra so wo ba ho no ma wo benya bi ato na wo so ekwekwe use number no na egu screen nas no obetumi afa na wafre impen for meto so ewo kasebo no mu akweke piemu ewo German North NPP parliamentary candidate o ho no mo ena obo brasha bedwani o wo so sisi echi se sabia oba ye putu juma German North wode wanye bi ewo ho no oni abemu mpano wa chance ya oye mputu juma edi ama na amanfo ewo no enti afi December abato aye beto no German North amanfo mo ho no enhwe na abato no omonto enfama no tumi embetoa mputu juma wa chance ya no eso
Anofa mvanse ye mpuntu e fom kakra enti na me ankasa mafato mo se me ankasa me eboa enti na police station executive call about to yi mi se sanity a unu se menu NDC ne modern wo fom ti me na se bi o menye MP no kwa modern bo a me bo no se ye boa me de German of Eshemensa me boa ma German of afa no ma pa ne efra ye ko e ba nyina de enti na to aba pa mpuntu e we ya sitem na we ye communities sa mpuntu no na oba ye mi se no Master TV Missy Toilet, Missy Compound, may ye a cancer astrotef, may project be prepared me and San Niman Yemin de me, San Niman be the German of every. It must a German of was and me do not 2024 election. I econo, or Muka Basuma, or Munka on a win, or Yakonomuka Papa, Dr. Mamudu Baumia, send a bear, Oman and a fan to my pefra, because when Yama, Oman Penny, Abidji, A. Say, Sebu, ye stay and manna, Ghana Ebeku Nimpa. It must be of him, baby, be a team. Omumwe send be if to applicate 2024
Dia medru so ayapomude ensam nansana no agukensie munsam ebedin kan abakapi to bobo kapi to de ede baba ede abesumo wia apomudin munsam ene eto so
Abusia wo hwebe sadwe so memba wakwaba areba jumadi so na Helios Care Center ene nanso eni wedi ahia awakasa fidie so wa wo hweme ene wa wo tie memba wakwaba wonu se Helios Care Center ye no ye de chromotherapy phototherapy michira infidie machines ena ye de sa enyarewa hudu nyina na ene ba behwe yare ye friend spondylosis na spondylosis no kra ye ka yare benya na before so ye bekọ no so me pachogia numbers. The numbers no e was screen so you was Sankofo Michelle Camp Sankofo bus stop udu Michelle Camp also uko Sankofo bus stop ubon say a signboard kama esiwa ya so Helios Care Center na abusia ende we no ba be share a spondylosis na when said yes spondylosis etie last week me share you can spondylosis you mu ahodo mienu you lumbar and afi you wo cervical spondylosis na spondylosis no the tentin ene ne tietie nyina ne se nyankopon eba ade no wo hwe ye ti kasai no a ye fra bibi vertebral na vertebral no ene saade ya da hai into bo se wo ti kasai na ngasa ye spine no eno ne vertebral no na vertebral no ye numpe ya toatoa numpe makoma be se 33 anase dia aduasa miensa 33 columns of bones and ya toatoa na baby ya to anumpe mi bia no ade bi o my friend desk na desk no abusia sa wo hwe ha no mu a ba cho hwe ha yi ma me pa wo hwe ha no mu a obahu se were examples of disc problems. Enti na just say a disc na enya ha na say ho atochi ma no eno na ya ye ne kama ni mfoni eda ha yi na sa wo hwa abusua bon say aha no normal disc. Enti say na say o normal disc no ena afi nso say ho atochi ma ye fa no degenerated disc na say na no so na etie na degenerated disc no kire say wochi sad disc na kan wan sebo no eno na ehye numpe ntem no ewewe enti ewewe ase na tie enti ewewe nso dia eno na se ewewe adu baabi a na abusua afebon se dompe ehia na yesa sa bushi no anase bia disc na ehye ho no ya enti emma dompe nhia no afi na hyase ehia enti ba ne sa obete yawo ese wochi kase no emu yawo ya na yewo bulging disc no nso wo hwe bulging ene normal disc no bon se bulging no ase huhuru eno so etimi ma wochi kase no numpe na atoato ano ehya se form ena yewo herniated no enso ba ku bia eno timo ananse bia bibi aba betoa so no enti ekoba ne sa compression ananse ekumia wochi kase no cord na edemo the friend spinal cord no enti bo se na eno so emia spinal cord no enti eno so timi ma wote yawo ananse bia wote se wochi kase no etimi yawo ya anafe yewo tiny disc no so ne ama sa disc no afon na ho one no ananse bia ne kase no eso ate enti eso ete sa pe na abusia ahyase ma pain ananse bia ema wote yawo enti obu ho no mo akoba ne sa na ontumi ntini ne mu obu ho no mo a onam a no wachia no wakoa ananse bia obi so ho no mo a na ogina ho kakra se oya ade a ote nka se ne ya enti wani mu nyina sei na otwede amponyankopon ye chi kase no enti akoba se bia ene oyo obi a wotate se wo chi kase wo ya na chese sei na etie enti abusia de ye kan se obomoden Ediba Helios Care Center ye behwe na ye yi afuro so afi ye hwe ha obomu se ye wo bibia ya kire ho lumbar spine no so kire wo se de medi kan ka kire se koba se bia wo spondylosis na wanya na lumbar spondylosis a se na tie na wiase ekukura wiase adwuma ye koba ye koto ye sori nyina no na dompe no disc na ehye ye chika se ni mu no na eno so ewiwi ayesa shock absorbers no sa enatie na obi so na de ne ka akwanhia enti bomodi ansa ni nyina no so uyo bi a wo sa problem we a odi baba na Helios Care ye besa yare no abra ye ma wodowe ye de mfidie machines sa enyare wa ahodo nyida enti oba abra ye ma wodunum ye ma wo pane ye nye operation enti gia numbers no 0241 406512 0241 406512 and after 0599 929290 your Sankofo bus stop ewo Michelle Camp eho ana obo ye brane nsa o yare obi o ne de dementia enti na ona ma na okasakasa obi o ma ne de ne sisi abusua ni nyina woti kasai spondylosis ho asem ya kai lumbar na se dia spine wan pentam amfa ma abusua bedu baabi no untumi nante biom odasani yese won nante kra na wote sai na enei untumi nante bra na yenhwe na yenyim firi so
Yama Obibia Kwapa, Yamama, Ajo, Ediba property, Cassia Bosso, a blasso, say the Agudian Samno, to Ajubidino, so Edema, Asadan Coma, a Fienchla, so the Cassiano, a Fedicano, Ako, Akugumidi, Eddie Manuel, O don't come to me, Afrem Manuel Capito, the Dead Capito, Bobo, Asadana, Jemadama, Helios Case and Adao Mano, which in Samno, Ediba, Abesomana, Semino, the Bidimo Akuti, the Bichim, or Fantablos, Kumasi, Asantico Kuna say, Omuguso, Omone, players are who draw me jump, Quano Moko Quanesa, and then we are no a blind tobacco so at a cotu when you say, or say, or ni echi mu befufu no so de ho nsem e de ba be so ya sa so akopie mu wo CAF Confederation of African Football ye president right in de eye Mosepe so da betu dwa the reason why intia African players so call retirement and as adan wa sesere ene hia eno so de nchimo e de aba abeso sa so and the latest FIFA ranking prima Ghana bibia kwadan de Africa ha top 10 kwa no Ghana yenim eno so ye de ho nsem e de baba abeso akopie mu e wa mano nsem onum say Leicester City now on appointing new head coach abla Chelsea ekwaje head coach no appointing new head coach also order ma betwa the English Premier League 2024-2025 and also ye de ho nsem e de baba so mo e wakase no so ya na ne ho ya ba afi ya bono nsem nchemo e de amon
Audio Jungle.
I yen some last year for any enchimo woman on copy more my Dennis Serbia national team na unum share Julius no one would you did in no and I almost able to dress copy more Julius now more born on my energy at Armenia and now my Jenny Croatia supporters no one would take him say care what would you want to say to much or glad that didn't at a company you from penny for say 1 month year Julius 2024 one more our German no on my ID Eddie Serbia for better more say threaten awodo a wo threaten am wo dwo mo ntia set FIFA for bin fa wanya sa de my ID any Serbia no wo betwom ho e de afri eye Euros a egusu ekoso evo Germany no so nsama man ID any Serbia for e de apa abetu no se de mo nsemo e de amayeko piemo evo bo currently e de Leicester City say unu se wo mo fi the championship and ebe piemo e the English Premier League the season we are no and I say make so right e de Steve Cooper or no now he is the head coach for Leicester City for 2024-2025 for money run every come nyame aduma next season no already Eddie Steve Cooper no and a bit more now aduma as a manager at the Leicester City or the English Premier League 2024-2025 no Hong Kong kakra and also a free ho eba no yada say jemo wo amanin semane kopie mo wo the latest FIFA ranking na yasam ketwa wo hwe amaya wo draw mo ebo mo ne owiasa fene na by in terms of football they are top 10 the latest FIFA ranking we about saying and I see for my Argentina the kind so and France etosu mienu Belgium etosu miensa Brazil etosu 9 England etosu num Portugal 6 Netherlands 7 Spain 8 Croatia 9 and Italy 10 we the FIFA ranking top 10 saying and na yam Africa and Africa house with yes over African countries now FIFA ranking no and also one jump in there as Ghana top 10 Africa kwa yenimbi as a performance no and conquer over Africa ha on my ID Eddie Morocco, we are suffering in our toss of Dumino, Africa, Omudika, South and Senegal, Tosumino, our Africa, the whole world no, Senegal toss 18 position, South and Egypt at Tosso, Miasa, our Africa, we are suffering in Egypt at Tosso 36 position, Cote d'Ivoire at Tosso 4th, our Africa, the whole world no, one more Tosso 37, South and on my Anity at the Alataya, Nigeria, Africa, no, one more Tosso Num, the whole world, one more Tosso 38th position, Tunisia at Tosso. Our Africa for the first position our the whole world South na Algeria toso and some our Africa for the fourth position our the whole world South na Cameroon toso watwe and 49 position our the whole world Nigeria Mali toso and crown 50th position and South Africa toso edu the whole world no one more at 59 position we at the latest FIFA ranking Ghana Mislo over Africa top 10 Ghana in yes FIFA ranking Ghana at the Bayer 64 position and also Enya Sam Ketwa Ewo na yekopiemo our Confederation of African Football CAF ye president rating Eddie Mosepe Ababetudwa say Africa ha ye football legends no one more call retirement ohia na feel ohia and assess there no or the munchimo ada the reason why intia African players na ya mobile papa yonkuten sama CAF president rating Eddie Mosepe so Ababetudwa.
You have to make as much money as possible. And I encourage them to take some of that money and invest it for the future when they don't play football. And when I was president of Mamelodi Sundowns, I go to where the players train. I see Mercedes-Benz, very expensive Mercedes-Benz.
Muito caros.
I see BMW, very expensive BMW.
Muito caros BMWs.
I see very expensive, in fact, even Ferrari. And of course, it's fine for them to buy these wonderful things, as long as they take some of the money and invest it for the days when they don't play football. Because I've seen many players who were our heroes when they played football, and they've got nothing when the football days are over. What we have to do is to show the players that we can pay them very with some of the European countries. There are some that will get big money in the big leagues, which is beautiful because we want them to make as much money as possible. I can assure you that between 60 and 80% of the players who play outside Africa, we can compete with what they are paid, definitely in the Scandinavian countries. We used to see how much the highest paid players get in Denmark. We used to see how much the highest paid players get in Norway, in Finland, Sweden, and many other countries, and we could compete and pay our African players more than what they were getting in those countries. Look at the Angolan national team. Some of the best players here play overseas, which is beautiful.
Okay,
because some of them are offered citizenship by some of those countries. And many of them say, I love Angola, I'm Angolan, I'm going to play for my country. But we have to have a plan for the players who play for Petro from Angola. We've got to look at the players who play for Primero, players who play for Interclub, and the players who play for each and every one of our top football teams here in Angola. Because I'm confident many of them, if we compete, they would much rather play in this beautiful country with beautiful weather than other countries where they may get more money but it's cold. The food is not as nice as the food in Angola. But of course, this is why we need the private sector. And I just want to say I'm confident that we will make success. And I've always encouraged players, because football is a short career. Whilst you play, you have to make as much money as possible.
All right, we and some CAF president said about to dress African players now. We call retirement. There's a year for here. Edo Chrome, ye pop up says, we is car. Cars I can see it. And I'm to talk. And some call retirement and I feel a couple here. Any of which Eddie players a hold on. And some no run that to Jano. Nese muda ho no cry papa. All right, Njabusa ye and some no our fantabulous Kumasia Santo Bokona say a branch anything Eddie Richmond Lamte see Academy Kumasia Santo Kona reporter Ababeto Jane meaning say a branch no kotoko hat na sia ja to me say it was so near chim our baby front yami aduma aka aye abosumi nupe and a contractor on a Kumasia Santo Kono Abanaway and into kotoko on a branch Lamte in hat na sia ja to say it was say ordinary chimu our baby for sense penufubu say Krudo Swan and Trafa Kunjan Gracia, and also beat me a quarter bubble so all baby for the reporter if you come see Santoka say any a branch anything at a Richmond Lamte at a Abba Abetujano said on some at a Abba. So we say, we see a bit of good in 7 or mid SEO property Cassia Bosom meeting at a Shimanuel. Oh, don't call it me after Shimanuel Capito, Capito Bobo Mid Danny, Jumidiano, Adama, a Fienchila, not a Cassana Cana Atuaso, Adamo, Macro.
Audio Jungle.
Brino Siakasia, our property TV so, and when you go so a washano, Asada and Kwama Imano, oh, capito or bobo capito the dede. So wash at the we can see moon some at the papa some wow tiffins when you be 80. May it was so our cassia bonma, dear do so a pomode. Nam paying for a day, a sickle say awareness, Jimmy dear, as a shares in the Jumedian Asna pay for the two just said. Sanka back kwaye anasa sanka ne papa mu a nka oba ne barma mu atem ho asesa mu betwe mprande edi kan nka mo nkwa ya sabia enkwahwehwe mu boje mu sem hu betimi atena abom awoba anasa aware a ansara nka mpratwi mpo no nka mo ahya ase sanse eno bebo ye pa ma sickle cell eye yare no omo etumi etu ase
Omeka se we dia me do no pesa me ne tnane ye wo no. I will say me who me sickle cell status. And it's very simple now. Inti yes ye body de room onyine mo honam mo de room aye. Na nkoda am suffer this faith because we are ye de. Wo hwe se wo akoda wo ya wo akoda wo yare a. Da bia wonim time of go into crisis. Now we do hospital. We to mo yo boto mo yo or so ko. Inti ne ye lose wo a lot of them we lose them before age 20 21. We can do a lot to stop it. Wo hwe se ne at wo mo bra ya ye hu ne ye fa ho
ye fan enkwala be 100 a emu mienu ebe wo sickle cell ana ye fa nipa 4 bia omumu baako be wo sickle cell trait nina chese omu nyanya sickle cell ni nyina but omu AS nti ye fa nipa 4 one of them nipa baako out of 4 ebe wo sickle cell trait ibe hia so bia ebe ba mu bi because near tiani se nipa baako anase kuo baako to say ministry nkwanti minye de ye hu se nipa to say yeah sorry for omo screening for sickle cell ye penning for to say ye nananom ni chiefs omo communities omo timi nipa kasa ye nipa nankasa ye wo Ghana
ye to so e wakase bonmu aye kwa edwadie ensamu encheye ena ye mampin nadan kwa kufuado ena soafo a ohwe ndwuma ne adansie so e wo man mu eye ewura kojo opon kroma omude betu jase Instagram housing project a ekoso e wo honom no aban sisi ano ne ho enye debiem anasa ne ho ensum se obetumi atoa adan no so nti oyan krankro dwumaku omo aye krado so omo beji project no no mo ewie ni aha ede amomo na wei e na omo de beto abonti sisi ano ndwuma ekuakuo bebre e na aban krankro bebre e de omo offer ba omo chese omo aye krado so omo beto down so na so impayfo na se aye nhwehwemu no omo eyi ba ko a omo gidi so obetumi ewie Instagram housing project no e de ama oman Ghana.
You recall that government initially took a loan of about $200 million to build 5,000 housing units. 1,506 were partially completed, and that's what you often see at Saglemi. 3 major components that were missing: water, electricity, and sewage works. When the Ghana Institute of Surveyors did the assessment, they said we needed about $100 million to complete this 1,506, and government took a decision that within the difficult financial constraints, it's very difficult to find that extra $100 million after $200 million has been spent. A couple of months ago, we issued a request for proposals. To date, I am briefed that about 10 companies, international and local, have expressed interest, have picked up forms, have been taken to the project site. They have had the opportunity to inspect work that has been left there so far, the necessary dilapidation reports, and they are putting together their proposals. According to the work plan that we put together, by the 8th or on the 8th of July, we expect to formally receive all of the bids. We'll do it openly in front of all of you, and then we will hand over the bids that we've received to an independent evaluation entity, which will give us an evaluation report. And then based on that evaluation,
dia edru so eye ni jediemu ansam kwa befo intentan so enda dia air trendy anasa dia air koso eye team eternity eye defe enjoma eba e wo mebusumi emu na wei na eye yewura Kwame Miki eye executive lead producer e de ma defe eye tete dia no odua no eba eye 2004 nende ode abeto monte se defe team eternity o mode sanjom na abanke safata se nko obo na amane sansa copyright defe ndwom mienu no ode to onom eti a difference bia enimu enu ntine ka omode sanjom na ebeba abonte ne ka wo se omutume enenetna se na nhihye bia owo na omudi so anka ba ne sa no ntine copyright achi omo ende eye team eternity defe no omu yi efi abefo ntentan no so.
And was very successful at that time. Very recently that I heard this group called Team Eternity has re-recorded it. They should do the needful. At least they should have contacted me or call me.
Enyumri sama ya boboa no ewo fi ha bamsamfo eso no so kroje edemame edwadie ensam amanane ensam enigedie ensam ene agokensie mu nsam enyumri ya de bebeso aha ena breba ma me kwan ma medini ni ano medi esi na nsam no de edi mu akotin ebi enie. Food and Drugs Board Authority Jumakuo no ade eye band bi to celebrities a omoibo eye nsanwu dero ewa abefo tentan so any TV so kepie mu ewo Supreme Court nende Supreme Court ade abeto monte say sa adwumadian celebrities for yina omontwe omo emfion ewo insanfu from no Food and Drugs Board Authority Jumakuo na omo de abeto monte say sa dia na sa nsama Supreme Court ade aba no me celebrities omo wo man mu endwen say omo pese omo yi omo anu adwane na omo no nkwala omo ba ne daachi enunti ena omo esi sa agina yewe. World Food Safety Day, Jumedia Ekoso no, and na Food and Drugs Board Authority paying for Eddie to just say, and whom be here say a man paying and I don't quite any be mine, man paying now back on Montoma at Diabo a World Health Organization for Tomano, no marsh and a food poison now, the bank of Edino, or marsh a sea and no coin. And some Afro because we you bring me the baby someone say and you bring no siakasia our property TV so me amedika say which I made ya meje so efia insura aseda enkoma logic phones omo and ebo mechi do ma mitumi edikasie ede baby someone wa wuti fie no so wiye bi hwe ye na wiye bi etie ye na hu de ekoso ewo oman mu. Bright HMC a ono no chinchim fidie ne infruma edema ame ma wunya kasie bi etie sa ezo so na Mr. Say Shaibu ene Ben ehwe ye ema me sound ene me camera eba ye edema ame na de atwa to no happy birthday kasie pa enkoma me cameraman afa so me sound man eye Ben ende eye na woda yankopo enhira no bibibia ode ne nsebesom no enda ne insurance fama no afa so dia osuo ne yankopo encha no ma no mutumi ensuo no fandu pempen so bia betumi aboa na sefo enyina enyumri aha na brama me kwan ma me di bibia no me di esi yankopo ya adoma ocha no pa no nsia ebesan ehia ewo property daybreak show so die dru so eye no sombra DJ Makito ede jompa ede baba ede abebesemo mesra wa enchim we fidie no